So first of all, to create a Flutter app, when you are starting to create a Flutter app, the command is flutter create, and you have to give the app name. So here I'm going to give quiz app. Then the background will be starting to make all the files required for it. Meanwhile, I will show you what I have plans for the app. So basically, I told it's only three screens. First one, the welcome screen, like welcome to quiz or something like that. Then I thought we will put a button there to go to the next screen, to navigate the next screen, that's all. Then the second screen is the question screen. So there's a question and four options. And here it will be like submit, something like that. Then depending on the answer you gave, you have to show that the answer is correct or not. That's all you have to do. So out of these three screens, these two are stateless widgets because there's no change coming to them. The welcome screen, you just have to show welcome, that's all. And when you click the plus, you have to go to the question screen. That's all you have to do. And for the answer result sheet, also the same thing. You have to do nothing. There's no change happening to that screen. Whereas for the question screen, I was thinking like when you click an option, it should get yellow color or something like that to show the selection. So that's why I'm going to make the second screen stateful widget. So the first screen is a stateless and second screen is stateless widget. So let's begin with it. Yes, 1 second, sorry. And I will open the quiz app folder. So this is the structure of your project directory. And everything is actually important, but for now we have to only deal with this library folder. So in that, this is how they give the starting program, the demo program. That's basically, if you simply run it, you can see it's simply a counter app. I'll show. I'm just debugging it. So just like C++ and all, it begins with a simply void main function and it calls a run app. Run app is also, as you can see, a stateless widget. I told you everything is a widget in function. So inside that it is also a material app widget. This material app contains all whatever the entire app you are going to make. So actually we don't need this. Just going to delete that.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Could you please increase your font size? It's a bit
Yes,
too
sir,
small.
after all.
Yeah, sorry.
Is that too much?
Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Thank you.
So instead of debugging into an emulator, I'm just debugging into Chrome, which is much lighter. So please wait for it. So this is app they give as a demo. You can see it is a simple app, just a floating action pipeline. When you click it, it gets increment. So as I told, everything is a widget. This app is a widget. This app bar is a widget. This is a text widget. This is another text widget. And this is a floating action button is also a widget. So this is a stateful widget because the number changes all the time when we click this plus button. So that's why this is a stateful widget. You can see my home page is a stateful widget here. But we don't need it actually, so I'm going to delete the entire thing here. And I'm going to create a new file and I'm going to name it welcome.dart. So this here I'm going to define our welcome screen. So first of all, we need to import the material.dart, and first you have to ensure that you have installed all the extensions of Flutter, because it will be really easy and it will autofill all the definitions, and also just ensure that you have installed the Flutter extension here. And since I've installed the Flutter extension, when I type st, it will predict whether it will ask me whether I want a stateless widget or stateful widget. So since I told the welcome screen is a stateless widget, I will choose stateless widget and give the name welcome. So you can see it's a class welcome extend stateless widget. So if you can see that build function, when a widget is rendered, what actually happens is this build function is called. That is the only thing happening. So when this stateless widget is rendered, anything you give as a return here will be shown in the screen. So here I'm going to use a scaffold. Scaffold is basically a widget that is really useful. You can see this app bar is here, floating action button is here. Sometimes you have navigation bar. Scaffold is a widget which includes all of that. You can easily add these things using a scaffold widget. So, and the second thing you have to note, in everything in Flutter, all the widgets have named parameters. Like simply in C++ and all, when we used to use constructors, it will be simple like student obj equal to student of name, roll number, like that. Instead, in Flutter, you will be naming the parameter. So it will be like Tom, then comma, then again parameter name, then you give roll number, like that. That is called named parameters. So everything in Flutter also have named parameters. So scaffold, you will first give the parameter called body. Body will be simply a container, and container is a powerful widget because it can have alignment, padding, decoration. You can give color, many things like that. So inside that, I will give a child, and the child is just going to be a text which shows welcome. So now we have defined our first widget in Flutter, but we haven't asked to show it anywhere. So in this main.dart, in this material app home, I will be giving welcome as the home parameters value. So they will be automatically importing welcome.dart here. And now if I restart debugging, you can see the welcome order came there. But now it's very small, and you can give another parameter to text which is called style, and for that you have to use text style widget, and in that you can give font size. So I will give something like 50. If I reload it, I will give 40 or something like that. You can see the welcome text came. Now for aligning in center and all, you can use another widget called center. So I'll use that center, and as sender's child, I will pass this text widget. And if I load that again, sorry. sorry, I missed the parenthesis. It is aligned to the center now. Now, according to our design, we have to give a proceed button or something like that. So when you have to align something uh, side by side or up and down, we can use a widget called column or row. Now we need to align it down, so we'll be using column. So as the child of the center, I will be using column here. And instead of child, the column has children parameter. So you can pass multiple childs. So first of all, I will be passing this text. Then after that text, I can pass uh, a raised button or something. Raised button. And this parameter means on pressed is it needs a function that what should happen when you click the raised button. So I will be using the raised button. And for raised button, the first parameter they showed is on press. That is what should happen when you press the button. So as of now, I'm not giving anything. I'm just passing a blank function. And the second widget is the child of the raised button. So inside it, I just want the text which is here. So that's all. Now I'm going to render it again. You can see the below the welcome text. You can see the raised button. So in case I want some gap in between them, there are many ways I can do it. One of them one of the technique I use is there's a widget called sized box. So you can simply pass two arguments, height or width, and child is not necessary. I'm just passing a height of 20 pixels. So if I run it again, okay, maybe something wrong with size box. Okay, never mind. Okay, then I'm going to do is change the alignment of the column. So instead of main axis alignment or center, I'll be giving space evenly. That is, all the children of the column will be spaced evenly. That's all. There will be space before, after, and every element. So if I rerun to that, you can see there's space there, there, and there. So that's all for this screen, I guess. Now we can make our next screen. So don't forget this was a stateless widget. So only function of this widget is just to go to next screen when I press the proceed button. So as of now, I haven't given any function either. So the next screen will be question dot. So here again, I will be importing the material library. So material.dart because you need material.dart to use stateless and stateful widgets. So now when I type st, it will show that again. Now I need stateful widgets. So actually stateful widgets is a bit complex, but I will explain it. You can see many things are brought up on the screen. So I'm just going to give the name question. That's the name of our widget. So as I've told, with stateful widget is a function of its state. So state is basically the properties of that widget. So as the properties change, the appearance of the widget will also change. So that's what actually happens here. So this is the widget and this is the state. So I'm not going to tell much deep about it. You just need, just like stateless widget, this one also have a build function. You can see, and this build function is called every time the widget is going to be re-rendered. You have to keep that in mind. This build function, everything inside. So this return function will be, anything inside this return will be built when this it is a widget is re-rendered. That's what you have to keep in mind. So there I will be creating a scaffold again, and this time maybe I'll give an app bar for the app. So the first name the parameters app bar. The widget I'm going to use is app bar. So another parameter of app bar is title. So for title I can pass any widget. So I'm going to pass a text itself. We will give the text quiz or the question. That will be our title. So now since we have this widget ready here, maybe when we click the proceed button, we can make the function to go to that widget. So inside this on pressed function, I'm going to give the command for navigating to the next screen, which is navigator dot push. And here we have to put a semicolon, and instead of this root, material page root. And here for the build, we have to pass a function which returns the widget we need to open, that is question. So, question. So this might seem a bit confusing, but as right now you have to just by heart it navigator.push context material.dax. In that the builder you are passing is with a function with context parameter and returning question. So we have to import question.dat here so that the question widget is defined. Now if we I forgot a semicolon somewhere. Yeah, semicolon. Now I re-render the app. I'm not sure why this is taking so long.
Guys, we are really sorry for this. It's some unexpected issues. So please bear with us. Meanwhile, George will show you something in Flutter. George, could you?
Yeah. So I'll show you one extension which will help you in coding in Flutter, which is colorful brackets. Okay,
Looks
see
like
this.
everyone is having network issues.
Yeah. So if you
Yeah.
install this extension, bracket pair colorizer, it will help you in finding where the endpoints of the brackets are in your Flutter code. So it will help you immensely while you code in Flutter. So one another thing which I use is when you want to wrap your widget in another widget, you can do this refactor and wrap with the widget. So if you want to wrap this column widget inside a sender widget, what you can do is refactor. Okay, not this. Okay. Then wrap with sender. So the column widget is immediately put under a sender widget. So you don't have to type sender, then cut and paste it inside a sender. So it will save you a lot of time. And if you want to remove a widget, you can use this one. Remove this widget and that widget goes. So it will help you in speeding up your coding in Flutter.
Thank you, George. Thank you for filling the gap.
Okay.
I guess something was wrong with my Chrome extension, so I'm using emulator now. Explain. So the body it will be a scaffold. So far as I've told, we have made the app bar, and now we are making the body. So I will be using a column, and the column's first parameter will be children. So the first child will be the text widget, which is the question. So text will be the question is what is the capital of India? That's our question. Use the style parameter and then text style widget. You can increase the font size, maybe 20. Then the second widget will be okay. We can put all these options inside a container, and inside that we will use a column to separate the.
I'll show you how to debug your code in Chrome. So first thing you have to do is change your Flutter channel to beta. So you have to do this, run these three commands in CMD or in terminal. So first change your Flutter channel to beta. Running in Chrome is very fast compared to emulators. I always use Chrome because when you run the program, it comes fast in Chrome, while it takes so many years to come in the emulator for me. My computer is slow, I don't know. So I have to first do Flutter channel beta, then Flutter upgrade you to the latest beta version. I have already done this, so it will not take much time. It will usually take much time to upgrade it to beta. You have to wait. And then finally, you have to enable web. Can you see this? These are the three commands you have to do. Flutter channel beta, Flutter upgrade, and Flutter config enable web. Hello, could you see the screen? Is it readable? Could someone reply in the chat? Yeah, okay. So lastly, you have to run Flutter config enable
Yeah,
web.
it is visible, man.
Now after running this, you can run a program in Chrome. You can see when you run Flutter devices, your web browser will come in the Flutter devices. Okay, you have to restart your VS Code also. Then when you run Flutter devices, I guess you can see this. Your web browser will come under this. So to run the program now, just type Flutter run -d Chrome. This will run the Flutter program in Chrome. This will open up a Chrome tab. and you can see your program inside the Chrome. It's usually fast compared to the emulator. So another thing I want to say is when you use a widget, if you want to see the parameters, named parameters in this, just hover your mouse over the widget and you can see the parameters which it use. So you can like choose what you want to do with the widget. Okay, Tom, are you there? Okay, can you continue? Okay, I'll stop presenting.
I can see the emulator.
Yeah.
That since we for the on press we can navigator dot push to question the widget. So now if we press the proceed button, it will go to the widget that we made. And the only thing we made is we just gave the question title question. That's what we gave. Now after that I wrote all these lines. So if I run it again, the question will also come up there. The emulator won't be as fast as Chrome, I know. So meanwhile, I will write the lines for the options. So first of all, we need to give the child as a column again, and inside that we need to give the children. Those are the four options. That's four of them will be a raised button. So first of all, we'll make one option, and then we'll copy it again and change it. So it will be a raised button. And first I'll give an empty function. And as it's the button's child, I will give the text. That's the first option was Mumbai. It's taking forever to load. So I'll do the so for stateful widget, it's a function of its state. So basically, we need to give we need to make a variable first. So I'll make a variable called a string type variable, which is selected option. That's the name of the variable, and initially it will be none. Okay. Now when we click a button, I want that button to change the value of this variable. So when I click Mumbai, the I will give the on pressed. I will give selected option equals a. That will be our indicator whether the option which option for that. So and I will give a property for raised button which is color, which means, and I will use a ternary operator here, which is if selected option is equal to a, then according to my design, it means that if I selected Mumbai, it should be yellow. So if selected option is equal to A, then the color will be colors dot yellow. Else it will be colors dot white. I'm just using a ternary operator, just like if. So if this is condition is true, this will be used, else this will be used for color. So if it is A, yellow will be used. If it is not A, white will be used. That's all. Simply copy this 4 times. So for Chennai, and I can give option B, and that's option C, and here that will be option D. So just by simply changing the value of variable, the widget won't be re-rendered. for the widget to re-render, we need to tell them to set the state again. So the command for that is just set state. You can see this much. When you put this line, when the code control comes to here and when this line is executed, the app will be rendered again. I'll paste it here also. Using Chrome. So what mainly happens is when I press A, the value of selected option will be changed from none to A. And when I call this set state, the the phone will be forced to re-render the widget. So this time, as I told, when the widget is rendered, this build function will be called. So again, it will start building this scaffold app bar container, etc., etc. And when it comes to raised button, here now the value of selected option is A. So instead of using white, now this will use yellow. That's how we make changes in in the widget. So you need to note this set state is very important. This is the line which calls for a re-rendering. So I will use Chrome again for debugging. I don't know why emulator is also not working. Maybe because I'm presenting, it is making everything very slow. So now we have finished that much. Uh, this is the container. Below that, we need to give the submit button. That will also be a paste button. Paste button. On press, I'm going to give it the simply a text that is option or whatever like that. So that much of our widgets is complete. So we only need to give the navigation, but we haven't built the next screen, final screen yet. So as I've told, maybe we will have two screens here and another screen maybe for your answer is wrong or something like that. You are wrong. So we will make two widgets now. One widget which says your answer is correct, and one widget says which your answer is wrong. So what will we do is when we press the submit, if the option is correct, we will navigate to the correct screen. If the answer is wrong, we will navigate to the wrong screen. That's all. And if the answer is none, we we haven't chosen the answer, so no need of navigating to any screen. So what we are going to do is we will make a new file which will be called result.tar. And just like we started import the material class here, material library, sorry. And now there's need of any simply widget, and they will be correct first. So and it will be result, and the board default will be plain as center. Center is used to align in the center. That's easier way to do it. It will be the text. Yeah, correct. And maybe a smiley. The green color background. So it also have a name parameter called background color. And we will give the color dot green.
Guys, I think he went again. Okay, so any of you have any doubts till now, or is everything clear? I'm really sorry for this network issue he's facing. Also, guys, try to be active in the Discord. If you have any doubts, ask in the doubt clearance channel. And ping at vendors if you want to have help with the vendors. Okay, Tom joined again. Hello, Tom.
Okay, I'm sorry for. I don't know why this sentence is so
Yeah,
bad
maybe they
today.
found out you were doing a class.
Like, yeah, for my first session.
Yeah.
So yes, the number of people are low now. Yes. So when did I miss? When did I get
The
disconnected?
last screen, I think, right?
Last
You
screen.
were
Okay, okay,
beginning to do that. You didn't start with.
okay. That's. Oh, I didn't start. Okay, I finished it. So I'll just explain. I'll just finish it as soon as possible. So let me present it. Is my screen visible?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so what I did, I created two stateless widgets. One is correct and one is for wrong. So inside the correct, it is just scaffold and center widget, and it says you're correct and just give a background color green. And for wrong, it is same thing, but you're wrong, and the color will be red. And I imported that file in the questions.dat. And now when we click the submit, now we will give the if selected option equal to which is our correct answer is C, right? So if the selected option equal to C, we will do the same thing that navigator dot push material page route, that same thing. So navigator dot push context and material page route. The correct widget. Something is wrong here. Material page route, not material page. Sorry. So if the option is selected option is C, what we are going to navigate to the correct widget. Else, if the selected option is equal to A or B or D, or we can say if else case, but not just else, it should also not be none, because if we selected none, it's not selected option not equal to none. It should navigate to the same thing, but wrong. Okay, I'm missing a bracket somewhere. Maybe I'll write that whole thing again. Okay, I'll write it again. Wait statement. Okay, I'll write that in the else if it's still wrong, right? Oh, sorry, it should have been here. Option not equal to none. And you have to navigate to the wrong page. Right? Yeah, that's correct. So what the thing is going to happen is when we click submit, if the selected option is C, it will go to the correct page. If the selected option is anything else other than none, it will go to wrong page. And we have defined that here. So let it reboot. So I think that is kind of over. We just need to run right and restart it. So I guess you understood. I'm sorry it was not proper explanation, but still you got some idea regarding how to code in Flutter. Any of you got any doubt or something like that? You can ask that meanwhile the Chrome is being rendered. Or am I disconnected again?
No, no. I'm still there. Luckily.
Likely.
Could you show that result.dart page again?
Yeah,
We
it's
didn't
everything is
have,
being rendered.
like the
It is taking
result.dart
time.
file, we didn't
Yeah,
have much time
it is
to
coming. Well, what should I show?
that result, the third screen file. Yeah,
Okay, the
we
code.
didn't have
Okay,
much
okay,
time.
okay. Well, that's really simple. Just a scaffold.
Just two classes, correct. And
Inside that, the body will be a set. Yeah, they're exactly the same
just
thing. So, let me zoom. Just a scaffold and inside that a body and center widget is for aligning the center, and there will be a text you are correct. And the wrong widget is the same thing, but this is wrong. Okay, I'm not sure why it is. No, it's disconnecting. Maybe I'll do one thing. I will push this code in the GitHub so you can refer it in case you want it to.
yeah.
Okay, George, do you have anything more to say?
I think I can show the working of the app. Maybe it will work on me.
Okay, you have the entire app in your screen. Okay, yeah, fine. Yeah. We actually made this app yesterday as a practice, and
Hello, is the screen visible?
yeah, man.
Okay, this is the first screen. Welcome to quiz. Proceed.
Yeah.
Then tell us what is the capital of India.
Just ignore that slide or jet above. That's something else.
See, it will change the color according to which one you select.
Yeah. If George can show the code also of that each
Yeah,
button.
okay. questions. Like,
So what actually
when we
happens is initially the selected index is here I used the word index. Selected index is none. So for the ternary operator, if operator, it will check if it is equal to A. No. So it will be the color will be white. And for B, it will be check if selected index equal to B. No, it is not B, it's none. So the color use will be white. Same for C and same for D. But when you click a button, you can see the on press function. If you click Kochi, the on press function is selected index equal to C. It will assign C to the selected index and it will call set state. So set state will force or call a re-rendering. So the app will be re-rendered. The build function. Can you go up?
up,
Yeah. This build function will
okay,
be called. So everything from that scaffold will be built again. It will go the same way, but where the change comes is for that Kochi button. There, when it checks if selected index equal to C, it will be true. So instead of using white, it will be using yellow. That's why the color changes. The same thing for all other things. When you click New Delhi, the selected index will become B. So yellow will be used for New Delhi, like that. So
okay,
that's why I said the widget is a function of its state. Here the state is like that selected index. So when the selected index change, the widget is also changing, like the color is changing. That's the
okay.
thing.
Submit the answer. The answer is correct. Now let's submit Kochi. The answer is wrong. So anything except
So that's
New Delhi, submit to your answer will be wrong. Okay, that's the app. Okay, that's it, I guess.
all,
I'm going to
guys.
stop. Thank you all for coming to the session. So if you have
I
any
hope
doubt, okay.
as if you're starting Flutter, I know it will be very confusing for you. Many things you might not be understanding. But in case you have any doubt, feel free to contact me or George. You might
Or
be
any of
having
the
any of
vendors.
our numbers, I hope. Or any of the vendors. You can ask that doubt clearance channel in Discord.
Yeah, please use the Discord. It will really help you in
Will be
getting to us and help us getting to you. Please don't be shy and try to use the Discord more.
yeah. It usually
The channel is
yeah. All of us are active in Discord. Yeah.
yeah, everyone is waiting to help you. You just have to ask for the help. Thank you guys for coming.